It is January 8th, 2021, and this is my update on curfews and restrictions for Cali and Cartagena, Colombia. Follow along. Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Again, it is January 8th, 2021. Actually, it's January 7th. 2021, almost the 8th. I'm working late just to get this video out to be ready for tomorrow. Anyway, let's jump right into a few stories because I did get a couple of questions earlier about whether or not there was any information on Cali or Cartagena. I'm going to also do Bucaramanga, Barranquilla in time as soon as I can get some information on each of them. So this is the two that I've gathered some information for first. Now, this is going to be Cali. The first one, this story is entitled, "The Mayor's Office of Cali Did Not Modify the Curfew or the Dry Law for this holiday bridge." I think Minsalud, and it'll say right here, Minsalud asked them to adjust it, but they didn't. So here's the story. After Minsalud recommended stricter hours for the curfew and the dry law in cities with high occupancy of ICU stretchers until January 16th, in Cali, the municipal administration maintained the schedules defined last Monday. So here's their schedule. This Thursday, which is today, the measures of the dry law and the curfew will be in effect from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. respectively until 5 a.m. this Friday, and as of 9 p.m. on Friday, the absolute curfew and dry law will begin, which will culminate at noon on Monday, January 11th. There you have it. Go back and look at this video. Hit pause if you can, if you need to, and go back and refer to it. Again, I'm looking at elpais.com for this story. From the mayor's office, they detailed that after the analysis and verification of figures, statistics added to the actions that have already been carried out in the capital of Valle de Cauca, as well as the interinstitutional work to reduce the cases of COVID-19. The decree issue complies with the national guideline. The municipal administration has explained around noon Wednesday that both the curfew and the dry law comply with the latest recommendation of the Ministry of Health. The statement was made after a virtual meeting with the Vice Minister Luis Alexander Moscoso, in which the Secretary of Department of Health, Maria Cristina Lemces, several ESE managers, members of the district cabinet, and the mayor of Cali, Jorge Ivan Ospina, participated. Ospina emphasized that in these hours prior to the holiday bridge, the district government team will be teaching pedagogues, I'm going to say that wrong, so I'm going to leave it alone, and civic culture to educate our people, because the only measures considered successful are those of biosecurity and self-care, which the community itself assumes. So that's the first story. And then from there, Cali will have a curfew and prohibition law extended this holiday bridge. I like to get more than one source for everything, even if it's the same paper. Sometimes they update it a day or two later, and that's what this one was also. In Cali, there was an extended curfew and dry law on the next holiday bridge, as announced by Mayor Jorge Ivan Ospina. The measures take effect on Friday, January 8th at 9 p.m. and will be in effect until noon on Monday, January 11th. So like I heard another vlogger earlier, and he's like, why you guys coming? Why you guys coming this weekend? Retired and happy. And he's just basically saying everything is locked down. So why are you coming? Medellin's locked down. Bogota's locked down. Cali's locked down. I'm going to go over Cartagena and their restrictions shortly. So back to the story. He also informed that the curfew is maintained during the week from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. and the next day, while the prohibition will begin an hour before, that is to say 10 p.m. It is necessary to do last effort to prevent people from dying. When we are ready on the verge of a vaccine, medications and sedatives have already been purchased, and we will enable new beds for patients to require an intensive care unit, he said in the middle of a press conference called to add. The bill and ID, which they implemented again, pico placo, got to follow certain dates, and I'm going to go over because this is a little bit different. Is implemented again to avoid crowds in commercial establishments, and banking entities will also be maintained. The measures would continue for the same rotation that it has had in the first week of 2021. Pico and placa, pico y placa, odd and even, that type of thing. You can go out on, if your ID ends in a 1, a 3, a 5, or a 7 or 9, you can go out on odd days, and the same thing for even. In this case, it looks like it's a little bit different. Although in previous years, there was no peak in license plate during the first weeks in January, Mayor Ospina reported that the measure remains in force in 2021. The aim of regulating vehicle mobility in Cali, so they're doing it for cars. This is how it started, I think, because Mexico did the same thing. They don't want too many cars on the road, so they say if your plate ends in an odd or even number, then you can come out on those days. Although it has not been established what the rotation will be for this year, and decree, yada, 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 issued by the municipal administration, they clarified between January 4th and January 8th that the measure is applied in at least the semester of 2020. That is Monday, 3 and 4, Tuesday, 5 and 6, Wednesday, 7 and 8, Thursday, 9 and 0, Friday, 1 and 2. Okay, and they're closing the rivers, exceptions, occupancy of ICU beds. I just want to let you know that the reason that they're doing this is because the ICU beds are getting full. What gets me, though, is when they say, and you'll see the mayor of Cartagena says, hey, we got ICU beds. We're only at 60%. Come on in. We can still have you. What does that just mean? You can fill the beds up even quicker? Or, I'm missing something, man. I know, and he'll say there's a balance between, business and people's livelihoods and, the health of the public. But, come on. Just saying, like, you have enough beds, that's not an answer. Anyway, occupancy for ICU beds in Cali is 94%. The determinations of the mayor's office were released after a new evaluation of the occupancy and intensive care units in Cali, according to health authorities. The situation is still critical since patients who require these stretchers must wait between 4 and 6 hours for their assignment. Then the name of the Secretary of Health indicated that, according to the latest report from the Valley Emergency Regulatory Center, CREW, on average, there are 467 patients hospitalized in intensive care units. The occupancy level of ICU beds for patients with COVID-19 is already at 94%. And in general counting, all pathologies, we have between 92 and 94%, he said. So there you go. A little bit more information, but let me jump to the next one. I'm going to jump over to Cartagena. So this one's entitled Mayor Daou, and if I'm saying it incorrectly, somebody help me out here. I'm going to assume Daou. Mayor Daou studied new measures to curb COVID-19 infections. So they had a meeting this afternoon, which is the 7th. Well, okay, you're seeing this on the 8th, but I'm reading this on the 7th at night. So they just met this afternoon, and here's the story. After the mayor of Bogota, Claudia Lopez, said this Thursday morning that the new strain of COVID-19 that was detected in the United Kingdom has already circulated in the capital. The alarm in the country was turned on, despite the fact that hours later, the Ministry of Health and President Ivan Duque affirmed that there is no evidence that the new British strain has circulated in the national territory. And I'm going to skip through because it's just basic information. In the case of Cartagena, the city that receives hundreds of tourists this holiday season, and the increase in infections has been dizzying in the last month, Mayor Daou announced to El Universal that from 4:30 a.m. later, a meeting is held to analyze different measures to contain the virus. So that's when they're meeting this afternoon. Let me skip through some of this. Okay. I like this statement right here. I think he says, the president said at the time that there must be a balance between continuing to save lives and not ending up bankrupting many businesses in the city that generate jobs and have been hit by the pandemic. We cannot continue to punish the entire formal and productive sector of Cartagena for the lack of awareness of some people. And if you've seen any stories on all the cities in Colombia, it seems like Cartagena and this mayor, he was the first one to say, hey, fly them in, open up the country, open up my airport, send them here first. Matter of fact, I think they got the first flight, if I'm not mistaken. So he was all about opening and bring them. Our guys, we need jobs. He wasn't really worrying about the illness. And it is, I don't know how many, it's countless mayors in Colombia that have already gotten the virus. And one suffering now, I think it was in Cali or Palermo or something like that. Anyway, so let me skip to the last story. I just want to do this one really quick so you can have, because I got asked, do you have any information on Cali or Cartagena? So I wanted to throw this out. So this one's entitled, and I'm looking at eluniversal.com. The curfew is back in Cartagena. This is how it will work. The measures will run from this Saturday until Tuesday. It will work from 00 hours of each day until 5 in the morning. That is only early in the morning. So he's doing it limited. Most people are doing 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. At least that's what Medellin is. Due to the increase in coronavirus infections and due to the possible arrival in the city of the new strain of COVID-19, which was detected in the UK by the mayor of Cartagena, William Daou announced new measures to contain the virus. Through Decree 0015, the mayor established a curfew from this Saturday, January 9th, until Tuesday, January 12th. It will work from 00 hours, 00 hours each day, and will run until 5 in the morning of the same day. That is to say that the measure will only apply at dawn. The district president specified that the measure was adopted after meeting with members of his cabinet, especially the directors of DADIS and yada, yada. People were involved also. I want to tell you that the epi information provided by DADIS, which shows us that in fact there's an increase in contagiousness, and there is a high viral circulation. However, Cartagena has not exceeded 65% ICU hospital bed occupancy for several weeks, which shows that we are not at the same critical level as other cities. In fact, today, the occupancy level of ICU beds in the city of Cartagena is down at 58%, said the mayor. Come on in. Come on in. We got you covered. We got a bed for you. It's insane. It's insane. I mean, I get people need jobs. Hell, I need a job, but I personally think the government should just pay us to stay home and do what they need to do to get rid of it, like Taiwan or one of these countries. Anyway, other measures. The district administration met this morning with police and maritime authorities, from which requested strict control in Playa Blanca, where it will only be allowed to enter with reservation, and precise orders were given to return anyone who has not completed the process, comply with the process. So likewise, the controls at the entrance of Boca Grande will be enforced to prevent unauthorized vessels from leaving the back of the Boca Grande hospital, and to control access to Cholon, which is totally restricted. So there you go. Okay, hold up, wait. Just a quick story for you guys in Medellin right now, and those who are headed to Medellin today, tomorrow, the next day, or whatever. They've extended the times for the quarantine for Medellin. Let me run through just a couple of paragraphs of two quick stories. This one's entitled Medellin Metro, total quarantines imposed this weekend, January 8th through the 12th. Going beyond an initial plan for Pico y Cédula, shopping restrictions, late night curfews, and liquor sales bans from now through this coming weekend. Medellin and Antioquia governments have instead decided to declare a total quarantine this Friday, January 8th, until 5 a.m. Tuesday, January 12th. And thanks for one of my viewers sent this to me. So as soon as I woke up this morning, I saw this. Rose, thank you so much for this. Anybody else have any information that I'm not aware of? Pop it up. Send it to me. Send me a link. That really helps. And then I can investigate from there. But just a couple more sentences here. Medellin Mayor Daniel Quintero and Antioquia Acting Governor Luis Fernando Suarez revealed the new stricter measure following the consultations with Colombia's health ministry earlier today, January 7th. Following the guidance of the national government and prior conversation with mayors in the metropolitan area, whose intensive care ICU occupation is 87%, and the Orient East of Medellin has 99% occupation. We take the following measures in defense of life. In these two regions, Metro, Medellin, and Oriente, a curfew is decreed continuous from 7 p.m. Friday, January 8th, until 5 a.m. Tuesday, January 12th. That means don't go outside. And when I say don't go outside, don't go outside and figure you're going to still party. Just my suggestion. You're going to do what you want to do. But If you look at my next quick one, it says 1,500 police officers monitor compliance with a curfew in Medellin. Okay, the Secretary of Security and Coexistence, his name, confirmed that 1,500 members of the Metropolitan Police will ensure compliance with the restrictions in Medellin and call for the community to remain at home. Abide by the measures and allow this time of quarantine is lived without inconvenience, trying to preserve the life or the health of all. The call to citizens is to respect these measures, to be at home, that is to be helped. The Metropolitan Police already has 1,500 men ready for surveillance throughout the territory, in addition to the support of 400 members of the Army in the peripheries. We are prepared, but this is the day in which we have to ask for the commitment of the citizens. So it's getting bad as far as the virus down there. Everybody who watches my videos know that's why I'm not going. It's not because of the lockdown. Heck, I'd rather be locked down there than locked down here. It's because I don't want to get the virus. Anyway, this is a quick one from InfoBay. It states that this is how Bogota looked on the first night of the strict quarantine through the city. They started last night, remember, strict quarantine. So look, you have these guys in the red shirts. I'm not going to read the story. Well, basically it says Bogota entered a strict quarantine from 0 hours today until the 12th. For this reason, district officials toured the city at night to educate the citizens. So I don't know what educate means. Hey, dude, you need to do this. You need to go, hey, what you doing? I don't know what they're doing. ¿Qué pasó? And BOSA officials from the local mayor's office toured the sites where the informal vendors were found and informed them of implementation of a strict quarantine starting at midnight. So people were trying to still sell. Vendors are still out there trying to sell at the last minute, and they're coming out after you. This is what it's going to look like. So anyway, I want to throw this out. So again, the updates and information is very valuable coming from you guys. So if you know something that I don't know, let me know. Again, if I'm offering any information of benefit, do me a favor, go down and hit the subscribe button, click the bell to be alerted of any new videos, and like. Again, like helps the YouTube algorithm. Do me a favor, the video's over. Stop it once it's done, hit like. Much appreciated. This will help the YouTube algorithm and help more people get to see the video. I hope this information is helpful. You guys have a good evening. Be safe.
We have a YouTube channel, like it.
Please comment and share if you like the video. Please subscribe and kick the bell.